Namaste. Welcome to our channel Kundalini Secret Science of Yoga.
Welcome. Today, we're diving into a truly radical perspective on human existence, spirituality, and our ultimate purpose. We're drawing directly from the profound writings of Yogiraj Manohar Harkare. And let me tell you, we're going to explore a framework that totally challenges a lot of our modern assumptions. Assumptions about freedom, discipline, and what it actually means to evolve. If you've ever felt like standard definitions of spirituality just kind of fall flat, or if you've been wondering what the next true step in human development even looks like, you are going to find this absolutely fascinating. Because as you'll see, we're looking at a system that treats inner growth not as some mystical pastime, but as a hard, exact science.
So this brings us to a massive question right out of the gate. Is spirituality just a waste of time? Is it literally just hypnotizing the human mind? Honestly, it's a completely fair question to ask. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of the modern skeptic for a second. Today, an entire generation looks at religion and spirituality and they just see outdated rules, right? They see restricted living that seems completely disconnected from the reality of survival and success in the real world. And, many people genuinely wonder if this whole concept is just an old mechanism used to control populations, a relic of the past that we simply don't need anymore. It's a highly rational modern objection to traditional faith.
But here's where we need to make a really critical distinction right away. The Western word spirituality is actually way too vague. It just doesn't capture the correct intuition of the original term we're exploring today, which is Adhyatma. Adhyatma is highly specific. It literally means to know the Atman, or the soul. It's the pursuit of knowing the inner stages of reality that are engulfed by our outer physical existence. So it's totally distinct, because it's not about vague feelings or dogmatic belief. Instead, it's framed as a precise scientific pursuit of self-knowledge, an active investigation into the reality hidden within every single existence.
So why do we even pursue this? Well, because the human heart has a natural tendency to peek into the inner coats of existence. Think about it. Just as our drive for scientific research pushes us to relentlessly investigate the physical world, to understand atoms, space, biology, that exact same natural urge drives Adhyatma. We simply cannot idle our minds for long without wanting to go deeper into the basic knowledge of reality. It's not some artificial desire placed on us by society, not at all. It's an innate human characteristic to look beyond the surface and figure out what is fundamentally true inside of us. And this brings up a pretty major modern illusion about freedom. A lot of people today reject the restrained life that forms the very basis of culture and civilization. They look at the natural life of animals and think, man, now that is true freedom. Because, animals enjoy a free life driven by brute passion with zero botheration regarding matrimonial or social conduct. But here is the fatal flaw in that line of thinking. Mimicking the unrestrained life of beasts actually abandons the foundation of cultured human life. Human culture isn't a trap. It's driven by self-evaluation, restraint, and discipline. So shedding those things doesn't make you more evolved, it actually pulls you backward into a lower stage of existence.
Let's look at how people justify rejecting this restraint nowadays. People often claim survival of the fittest gives them the right to prioritize their own standard of living over absolutely everything else, basically using it as an excuse for selfishness. They argue society has done nothing for them, viewing themselves as entirely self-made. They view social ethics as just tricks used by leaders with fouled aspirations to maintain control. And finally, they see religion merely as an opium pill. But here's the wild part. Harkare's framework actually agrees with this skepticism. It completely acknowledges that, to a large extent, these skeptics are 100% correct about how ethics and spirituality have been misused.
It's a striking image, isn't it? When shallow formalities take over, religion basically devolves into a coma of self-aversion, or just mere numerical exhibitions, rather than true self-realization. The source material argues that so-called religions have camouflaged themselves. They've become mere enumerative counters commanding millions of persons hypnotized to their faiths, as the text puts it, as monkeys clinging to the branches of trees. Wow. True religion was meant for humanity's realization, but shallow formalities completely took over. And this intense critique is exactly why a return to true Adhyatma,
A scientific, disciplined pursuit of the inner self is presented as so incredibly necessary right now.
Okay, so the absolute crucial point here is this total redefinition of evolution. We usually think of evolution purely in biological terms, right? Like the physical survival of a species over millions of years. But here, evolution is defined as an active, continuous process of decasting a lower existence for the sake of higher ones. What that means is evolution requires you to deliberately and actively discard lower stages to elevate yourself. It's not just about staying alive, it's a purposeful upward march toward perfection. It completely shifts the responsibility of evolution from just random biological mutation over to conscious human effort. Think of it through this really powerful visual metaphor. Evolution is like a serpent casting away its outer skin to find a new one inside. Now, even if shedding that old skin is uncomfortable, and yeah, we might feel sorry to let it go, we cannot remain aloof from the march of evolution. We literally have to step upon the previous stage to reach the next one. Humans must constantly shed old, undeveloped routines and unrestrained passions that are just no longer fit to remain in the flux of the past. To find that new, higher self inside, the old outer layer simply has to go.
And that brings us to the true law of evolution. True survival of the fittest means you must rise to a higher level of existence. But how do you actually do that? Well, it explicitly demands discarding those lower stages. It requires rigorous self-discipline to allow for real self-evaluation. The text warns that existences that do not abide by this law face total extinction, just as countless species have in the ancient history of our planet. And importantly, it relies on a higher, cultured way of life, which again is defined not by shallow religious dogmatism, but by genuine internal elevation.
There's a really brilliant irony pointed out here regarding how we view happiness today. We all love our instruments of happiness, right? Wireless communication, telephones, TVs, airplanes. We think happiness comes from the outside, from using these gadgets. But consider the creators of happiness, the scientists who actually invented them. Those scientists had to lead highly restrained, highly disciplined, and deeply focused lives for the sake of their inventions. So the ultimate irony? We demand total unrestrained freedom so we can sit around and enjoy gadgets that were only made possible through immense internal discipline. Our own internal evolution demands that exact same level of scientific dedication and restraint. Which leads us to this huge foundational truth. Discipline for evolution is the most natural law of life. We often mistakenly think that discipline is some artificial fetter placed on us by society, and that brute passion is our true natural state. But this framework argues the exact opposite. A disciplined life isn't a cage. It's the essential, natural mechanism required for genuine survival and growth. Without it, humanity is just leading a passionate life that's ultimately prone to extinction. Discipline is quite literally the engine that propels the human race forward. So what does this roadmap actually look like for humanity? Let's trace the onward march of human evolution. Step 1 was our biological survival in the primitive past. Step 2 was the development of cultured civilization and external scientific invention. But it absolutely doesn't stop there. The human race is not finished. Step 3 is internal, mastering self-discipline in the pursuit of Adhyatma, to know the inner reality. And all of this leads to step 4, reaching the ultimate point of completion, which the framework describes as no less than the Almighty Himself. Humanity is simply standing right at the threshold of its next great leap. So, we're going to end this explainer with a pretty provocative question. Are you actively evolving toward ultimate completion through discipline and self-evaluation, or are you just lingering in a lower existence, clinging to brute passion and outdated outer skins? You see, evolution isn't just something that happens to you anymore, it is a conscious, disciplined choice. It's a remarkably powerful framework to help reconsider your own spiritual trajectory and what it truly means to survive and thrive as a human being.
The purpose of this YouTube channel is to spread the age-old, ancient Vedic knowledge of Bharat. Subscribe and share the video if you liked it. Thanks.